a platform for automatic marine vessel identification for multimodal data using Edge AI deep learning to curb illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. Why is this project important? The world's oceans are one of the most valuable sources of biodiversity and resources on the planet, and are a key supply chain component of the global seafood market worth over $120 billion, and thus are a crucial employment and food resource to almost half of the world's population. However, the marine ecosystem is threatened by human activities. The world's fish stocks are in decline due to illegal fishing, oceans are harder to detect and regulate, costing billions of dollars in realized damages to humankind. This scientific and engineering project aims to help identify and curb the illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing around the world's oceans at a fraction of the cost in an automated manner. The goal is to contribute a machine learning model which is trained using multimodal data of marine surface images and other sensor data such as audio to identify IUU activity. This model will automatically, efficiently, and accurately identify the vessels that are engaged in illegal fishing activity. The objective is to offer several improvements over existing experimental and computational methods. Materials I'll be using is a GPU-powered computer that would run the machine learning model on datasets of surface marine vessel images and sounds. Procedure: I'll download the open source datasets from the internet. The dataset will consist of annotated audio and image samples of marine vessels. I'll split the data into a train/test split of 80:20. These splits will be mutually exclusive. 3. I'll create an automated data pipeline to send audio and image data to the neural network for training. 4. I'll linearly fuse a ResNet34 audio and a ResNet50 image model by embedding concatenation. 5. I'll train the fused model using the cross-entropy loss on a GPU-powered computer. Lastly, I'll test the trained model predictions on test data. Data I'll be using is a ship's year dataset composed of 90 records representing sounds from 11 vessel types. It includes detailed information on technical aspects like AIS, which is Automated Identification System, of the recordings and environmental and other conditions during acquisition like water temperature, wind, and other oceanographic data. In addition to acoustic recordings, the dataset also contains corresponding vessel images. These acoustic recordings were made using a hydrophone. For images, I used a PyTorch ResNet model, which was pre-trained using ImageNet data. In the case of audio, I used Torch Audio to pre-process the audio waveform data to convert it into a spectrogram. A spectrogram is a visual representation of the audio waveform. It can represent time, frequency, and amplitude in one image. As an image, a spectrogram is well suited to being used as an input to CNN-based architectures used for handling images. I use the ResNet34 pre-trained model for audio. Fusion techniques, there are two types: linear fusion. In this approach, the fusion layer takes in the output from each model, concatenates them in a single vector, and multiplies this vector by a matrix to produce the final embedding. There's EmbraceNet. This is a more complex approach. First, each model's output is linear transformed so that all outputs have the same dimension. Then for each coordinate in the final embedding, the value is selected at random from the set of corresponding coordinates in the model's output vectors. Training technique. I use triplet loss training technique to train these fused models. In case of triplet loss, a reference called anchor is compared to a matching input called positive and a non-matching input called negative. The distance from the anchor to the positive is minimized, and the distance from the anchor to the negative input is maximized, as seen in the figure below. Results. Training triplet loss models take a significant amount of time. I obtained an AUC of 0.91 for the linearly fused model and an AUC of 0.65 for EmbraceNet model after 20 epochs of training. Conclusions. The above results show that simple linear fusion with triplet loss training provides best results. EmbraceNet fusion slows down the rate of model convergence towards good results. And these are my references. Thank you.